I played myself because I brought the canvas out to the car and I was like, how is this gonna fit? Hey guys, welcome to Creating with Kai. I am Kaisha Marie. Today I am going to be showing you guys like the back end, the whole process of this really big canvas art that I got the opportunity to do for this foundation called the Jericho Project. And they are a project that really helps to find housing, affordable housing for like homeless people, homeless veterans, young people, a bunch of like people who really need it. And so when they reached out to me to get this done, they definitely wanted it to be something inspirational. And so I decided to do some quote art from Maya Angelou. And I think one of my good friends, Adriana, because she always would send me videos and like stuff on YouTube from Maya Angelou. So I knew when they described the kind of art that they wanted to have in their facility, that Maya Angelou would be a good person to draw that inspiration from. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys like the whole process, as much as I was able to record at least. And so yeah, I'm gonna stop talking your ear off, get right into it. So I'm going to head to Michael's now to get the canvas. I ordered it online so I can just go and pick it up, but I do have to go and get a few other items like paint brushes, some turpentine, and some liquid. So I'm going to take you guys with me so you guys can see exactly what I'm just going to be grabbing for this project. So the first thing on my list is some white oil paint, so we can go ahead and check that off the list. And next on the list is some dark green paint, so we can go ahead and check that off too. And now we are on to the paint brushes. So I need like a specific type and size, just because of the size of the letters that I'm going to be painting, and just to like get around it. So the smaller one is for the letters and the bigger one is for the edges around the letters. So we can check those off now too. So next on the list is the liquid. This is what helps my oil paint dry faster, and I have like 2 days to finish this project, so I'm glad I found it, and we can go ahead and mark that off the list now. I'm running out of varnish, so I'm picking up another one, but unfortunately the turpentine I need is not available. Michael's always has coupons, so I made sure I didn't forget to use mine this time. Y'all, so that canvas was really freaking big. I knew I ordered a big canvas, but I didn't realize it was that big. And so when I got there, I'm in this little baby ass compact car right now, because my car is in the shop. I drive a full-size car, and I think it would have been able to fit, but I might have had the same like issues had I used my car. But I played myself because I brought the canvas out to the car and I was like, how is this gonna fit? And so I really attempted, like I tried to put it through the doors of the back seat, to lay it across the back seat. Didn't even, like, it couldn't even fit through the door. Then I tried to put it in the trunk, and it was too wide for the most narrow part of it. Like vertically, it was still too wide to put in the trunk. And so I called my brother, because I was like, maybe his car is big enough to bring this. And then I realized it probably wasn't. And even still, he probably wasn't about to leave the house in the snow to come get it, because he ain't shit. And so I called my sister, and she was like, girl, put in the Uber. And I was like, put it in an Uber? She was like, yes. Like, she was telling me how her coworkers be having Uber drivers deliver stuff for them. Like, so I ordered an Uber XL. And when he pulled up, I was like, there's gonna be somebody at the address that I gave you waiting to like pick this up. And he was like, okay. And I didn't realize it was gonna be that simple. I was there stressing, like, how am I gonna get this big ass canvas home? But it worked out. I'm on my way home now, and I'm probably gonna sketch it out tonight and then get started on it tomorrow, because I have to go do somebody's hair right now. So I'm about to go home, park my car, and hop on the train. Okay, you guys, so everything is sketched, as you can see, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the painting process. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd. This is due tomorrow, the 23rd. So I hope that the method that I'm using is gonna help it dry in time. The liquid that I picked up is actually gonna speed up the paint. I'm just one of those ghosts, traveling endlessly, don't need. So I'm using that first brush that I picked up in Michael's, the one that had like that flat angled tip, and I'm using it to outline the letters. That way I can just go in with a bigger brush and get more surface area done faster. And so what I actually did with the paint is I mixed a little bit of the liquid that I picked up into the paint on my palette. And what that's going to do is cut down the drying time, because as you know, or may not know, oil paint takes a very long time to dry. It can actually take up to days to dry. And my goal is to make it dry by tomorrow. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. So I slowed down on this part just to show the brush that I'm using. And it's just a bigger brush that I like to use for like larger areas. And this is actually a brush that is more tailored toward acrylic paint, but I like to use it even though I'm working with oils, just because it gives a smoother finish and there's like a little bit less texture in like the brush strokes or the appearance of brush strokes. And so I like to use acrylic brushes when I'm trying to achieve that kind of effect. Traveling endlessly, don't need no roads. In fact, they follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. One of those ghosts, traveling endlessly, don't need no roads. In fact, if you've been watching from earlier, when I was also looking for the turpentine while I was in Michael's. That is because I like to use it as a thinner. It's actually a paint thinner, and I use it to clean the brushes off in between. But I also will mix that into paint sometime to thin it out, and doing that actually does help it does help speed up the drying time, as well as the liquid. It doesn't dry as fast as the liquid makes the paint dry, but it does help speed it up. Sometimes I don't like to combine them both though, because it thins out the paint too much, and then the paint isn't as opaque as I need it to be or as I would like it to be. And so the liquid by itself this time actually was like better than me mixing it with the turpentine. So I normally like to mix all of my own colors instead of buying like the pre-colored shades, because I did see this shade of orange and pink in the store, but like I already knew how to, and that I had the supplies to like mix it and get the perfect shade that I want. For this green, however, I knew that I didn't have enough paint to mix this color. Like I know I didn't have enough blue and yellow at home to mix this color, and to save time it was just easier for me to buy the shade of green that I knew I was going to be using. However, this green was kind of transparent. Like it wasn't as opaque as I thought it was going to be. So I had to do multiple layers of that, and I had to wait for it to dry down a little bit. And I think I did like 3 layers of that green. So now that we're on the painting part of the letters, I'm just going to talk about how I sketched it. And the brush I'm using right now is that second brush that you saw me pick up in Michael's. What I love about it is that it is the perfect width. Like the same width of the brush bristles is the same width of the letters. So I literally, it was so much easier to fill in those letters with the black paint, just because like it was just like really simple strokes. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the sketching. In the past, like my last word art I freehanded the letters, and it took a pretty long time just because everything has to be measured. The width, the height of each letter, where you want to place it, and then you have to kind of like line the canvas so everything is like lined up equally. And I did the same thing for this. I did line the canvas, I did measure it and get the proportions and ratio everything out. But as far as each letter, what I did this time, because I was on a time crunch and because I needed everything to be precise, because this is like this was a commission piece, I used transfer paper. But the way that I did it was that I printed every single word out in the same size and cut them up, taped the transfer paper to the back of each word, and then taped each word on the lines on the canvas. And then when that is placed down, you're able to just like write over or outline each letter for each word. And once you remove the transfer paper and stuff, everything is like perfectly like placed on the canvas. And that cut down so much time for me, which was the goal, because obviously I was on a time crunch at this point. And if you normally have issues with precision, I would recommend using that method, but definitely try to freehand things as much as you can to get practice. So here is the finished piece. What I did to also help speed it up was that I used a space heater and I let it sit on everything overnight so that everything was nice and dry, and that really helped. It was dry to the touch the next day and I was very happy. When I think about everything that I want to do with my art, this has definitely been something that I've wanted to do. And I'm so incredibly blessed to have had this opportunity to do this commissioned piece. And I have a really like soft spot for homeless people. I know everybody has their views on like stuff like that, but the reality of homelessness is that it can happen to anybody. You can have everything today and it be taken away tomorrow, and you can find yourself on the street. And I've always had like a soft spot for homeless people. I've always like felt motivated to try to find a way to do something for the homeless community and find like real tangible ways to make a difference. And initially it doesn't seem like art can do anything, but I don't want to underestimate the impact of anything in life, just because like you just never know, because the things that have like influenced me and impact me, sometimes they're so minuscule and sometimes it's like effortless. Like it's just watching certain people live their life that can have like a major impact on me, and I know that it can be the same for other people. So hopefully this art that I do create for them is a major blessing to somebody, even if it's just one person. So this concludes this video. If you have watched to this point, I genuinely thank you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to share some of my knowledge with you, and I do hope that this inspires somebody in any way. I'm going to leave the actual edit that I did for, I guess, the impact that I wanted to have, the art, as far as like the music and the message. That I did that in a separate edit, so I'm gonna try and link it. It's gonna pop up somewhere on the screen probably at this point now, so you can go ahead and click on that and just see that. I like to do those for other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook and, you know, stuff like that. And once my website is up and running, I'll definitely have these kind of videos and stuff on there as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.